Stay tuned for scenes from the next Third Watch on NBC.
Next on Night Beat, black smoke rising. Can higher gas prices be far behind? Police search the home of a South Bay bus driver accused of opening fire on her co-workers, and a closer look at the twins, now jailed for a mid-air fight aboard a jetliner. Night Beat next.
The Toyota Avalon. All you need now is a doorman.
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
Hey, where can I get some Asiago cheese?
Scusi?
Next stop, Scusi!
Subway introduces 2 new fresh-baked gourmet breads, Asiago cheese and country wheat with rolled oats and poppy seeds. Subway. Eat fresh.
Yellowpalooza's next.
I'm Pete Wilson. Next on Night Beat, tonight's headlines, the first forecast, and out of Africa, a desperate rescue, but just by a frozen hair, plus trouble for Tosco and you, a massive fire sure to hit us at the pump.
Live from the news leader in Northern California, this is KRON 4 News Night Beat.
Good evening, I'm Pete Wilson. Pam is off tonight. Here are the stories making news around the Bay Area and California at this hour. Firefighters still on the scene at the Tosco Oil Refinery in Los Angeles County. The questions tonight, how and what happens to our gas prices. In San Jose, investigators took several items from the home of a school bus driver accused of opening fire on her co-workers. And a better look at the twin sisters now jailed for a mid-air fight that forced the pilot of a jetliner to make a major detour. Now here's Steve, a first forecast.
Outside at the moment, we've got some clear skies right now. Take a look at the way I see it in the morning. We'll have some patchy fog around. Temperatures will be in the middle 40s to lower 50s as you get out the door in the morning. We'll have the full forecast for you in a few minutes.
And our top story, a massive refinery fire in Southern California. It broke out just before 5 this evening at the Tosco plant in Carson, north of Long Beach. The fire's out now, but firefighters and investigators are still on the scene, trying to figure out what went wrong.
3,000-foot clouds of churning black smoke and 3,000-degree flames, all of it pouring from the LA Refinery Tosco plant in Carson. It looked and smelled dangerous.
We do have health hazmat at the scene, along with our hazardous materials unit. They're conducting tests. They're getting readings also to see the toxicity of the smoke.
Gusting winds pushed the smoke as far as San Clemente, some 80 miles away. But most of it threatens the neighborhoods in and around the plant.
But I saw the black clouds billowing, smoking. It's really kind of dangerous because we're just back a few meters away.
And then something like exploded, like a little explosion. And after that, I ran outside in the corner right there, and it just started like burning. And then all kinds of smoke started coming out.
Fire crews used mist and foam, but for more than an hour, the fire burns wildly. Ambulances were on standby, but all of the refinery workers were quickly accounted for, and nobody was injured. The fire was fueled by raw and processed oil in a huge coker. The unit is used to separate oil. It wasn't full, but crews had to cut off the source to stop the fire and the danger.
Typically with smoke like this, you don't end up with something that causes long-term health effects, but obviously you wouldn't want to take a big breath of it. You want to be protective and go inside and avoid breathing it.
Fire officials tell us that thick black smoke could have been especially dangerous for those with breathing problems, but there never were any evacuations. In Carson, I'm Sandra Mitchell for KRON 4 News.
That fire at Tosco, hundreds of miles away from us, may well burn a few holes in our wallets in Northern California. KRON 4's Valerie St. John joins us live with that story. Valerie?
Pete, that Tosco refinery is one of the largest in our state. You saw the damage it sustained tonight. Industry watchers are already beginning to speculate that what happened there may just exacerbate the rising price effect we're already seeing at the pump.
California drivers beginning to feel a little like the spectators of some large-scale quick change act.
1 minute, the price of gas is here, the next, even higher, all the while becoming more and more of a luxury item.
Everybody's got to tighten their belt.
And that may be especially true as we brace ourselves for tighter supply. The fire at Tosco takes one more refinery offline, potentially, just at a time when so many others have gone offline for repairs and maintenance long overdue, reducing supply, forcing a jump in prices, right in the middle of the state's largest energy crunch in history.
Anytime a refinery of this size catches on fire, it certainly increases the possibility of us paying more at the pump. The question is, how much more are we going to pay?
The average price at the pump in California, $2.03 a gallon, 47 cents higher than the national average. It was $1.96 just a year ago. According to AAA, prices would normally level off over the next few weeks, then shoot back up in June as demand goes up and down again in the fall. But last fall, for the first time ever, that didn't happen.
In fact, we saw the exact opposite. Gas prices continue to rise.
Bad news, especially for people like John Camacho, a man with a 70-mile commute each and every day.
Some days are better than others, but it's still pretty painful to have to pay more than, $2.20 for a gallon of gas.
Now get this, the price of gas has already shot up 13 to 15 cents per gallon over the last couple of weeks alone, according to the Lundberg survey, which keeps tabs on these sorts of things. This is the biggest bi-weekly gas jump in the history of the survey. Reporting live in San Francisco, I'm Valerie St. John, KRON 4 News. Pete, back to you.
All right, Valerie, demand for gas has risen about 3% annually over the past few years. Increase in population, a strong economy, and the growing popularity of sport utility vehicles that use more gas. In San Jose tonight, investigators searched the home of the school bus driver accused of opening fire on her co-workers. One person died in those shootings, 3 others hospitalized. KRON 4's Sally Scharf is live in San Jose with the latest for us. Sally?
Pete, police say while it's unusual to see a woman act out like this, what's been even more baffling to them, they say, is that the suspect in this case has not only been a good employee for Laidlaw for the past 5 years, but has no history of violence. Crime scene investigators collected evidence from the home of school bus driver Kathleen Rapunte, the suspect in an early morning bus yard shooting that left 1 Laidlaw co-worker dead and 3 others wounded.
Just a nice person. Just a regular driver, came in just like everybody else to do her out.
Police say the driver trainer, 48-year-old Randy Rigdon, was fatally shot outside the building after a confrontation. And then 3 other female drivers, 47-year-old Patty Lucia, 51-year-old Carrie Walter, and 57-year-old Gloria Gihuz, were all shot inside the building.
When the officers arrived, they saw the suspect. There was no confrontation between the two. She gave up peacefully and taken into custody without incident.
We thought she was a nice person. Well, maybe she is, but it was surprising to hear what happened.
Neighbors near Rapunte's East San Jose apartment watched while detectives searched for clues to a motive. Rapunte is described as a hardworking woman who lives with family and keeps to herself.
She's a quiet person.
But when I did see her, she was pretty quiet.
While investigators remained at the crime scene into the night, they inched closer to revealing a motive.
Some of the motive seemed to be more so along the lines of disgruntled employee. We're still trying to get a clearer picture. That's kind of what we're leaning to right now.
And police say the shooting could have been even more deadly were it not for the actions of a fellow bus driver. 37-year-old Gregory Lee reportedly disarmed Rapunte and held her there at the scene until police arrived, although Lee chose to maintain his privacy tonight. Pete?
Sally Scharf. The Laidlaw buses were kept in the yard following the shooting. The San Jose School District used its own buses and borrowed from other districts to get kids to and from school today. We got a better look tonight at those twin sisters, the ones charged with causing that huge ruckus aboard a San Francisco to Shanghai flight. It happened last week, and these are modeling pictures sent to us by the twins' mother in Michigan. The women, Cynthia and Crystal McCullough, remain in Anchorage, Alaska, in jail, awaiting bail hearings on Wednesday. The pilot turned the plane around, landed in Anchorage after the twins fought with each other and attacked crew members. They were on their way to a modeling audition in Shanghai. Apparently, they'd had too much to drink on the plane. That is at least one explanation. A daring rescue mission tonight to the bottom of the world. A plane from Christchurch in New Zealand made it to an icy runway near the South Pole. It took just 1 hour, while the plane's still running, to pick up 11 people from McMurdo Air Force Base. They're employees of the Raytheon Polar Services. They're all now headed back to New Zealand. One of the sick may have a serious heart condition. Hazardous weather on the Antarctic coast delayed the rescue mission by 24 hours. 211 Americans are still working at that base, and within weeks it will be too cold for any rescue. A young prisoner is still at large in San Francisco. That's one of the other stories we're following around the Bay Area tonight. 18-year-old Akio Peterson somehow slipped out of handcuffs, leaped a railing, ran off from San Francisco's Youth Guidance Center. A counselor who chased after Peterson fell and injured himself. Peterson, who lived in the Hunters Point area, was being held on drug charges. In Emeryville tonight, parents hope this meeting with school board members will be one of the last. Parents have already gathered enough signatures for a special recall election. It'll take place sometime this summer. Many parents blame the school board members for the district being $2 million in debt. And San Jose Airport and city officials filled in the public tonight on a 6 to 8 year improvement plan. It includes putting all airlines in one centralized terminal and improving access to the airports by making changes in highways 87 and 880 and access roads. The response, mostly positive, but people complain that airport noise is still a problem. A lot more ahead of Night Beat for you tonight. Coming up, why thousands were left in the dark for a while in San Francisco tonight. How your pet might soon be able to save you money. And that's coming tax time, of course. But first, a suspected kidnapper goes to trial. The first witness, an 8-year-old accuser.
You're watching KRON 4, the 24-hour news station.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show, Paul Reiser on the joys of remodeling a home.
I'm going to put a big sign outside the house that says, "Cause a friggin' fortune." Just cost a
Plus, Melissa Joan Hart, Fonda Shepard, and headlines.
No one was injured when the roof at Dependable Construction collapsed.
And Thursday, Jay's got Janet Jackson. Then on Conan, Katie Holmes tonight.
TechCast 4 is brought to you by Jaguar Cars, the art of performance.
Get a lot of new patients with fleas or ticks.
Poor baby.
Even though their owners thought they protected them. Because only one product protects cats and dogs against fleas and ticks. New Frontline Plus. It's the best. Now it provides complete flea protection. And it's the only one that also kills ticks, including the ones that carry Lyme disease.
That's cute.
New Frontline Plus. For fleas and ticks, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice.
Oh, hello.
Just imagine. The all-new Civic from Honda is the only car in its class to achieve a 5-star safety rating in every category. Amazing, but true. The all-new Civic, part of the Special Value Collection, now at your Honda dealer.
The 8-year-old Vallejo girl who was kidnapped and sexually assaulted last August faced her accused kidnapper today in court. The child pointed to Curtis Dean Anderson and said he was the man who abducted her as she walked home from school. She also described how she escaped from Anderson's van 2 days later by using one of his keys to open the locked van door. The young victim testified on day 1 of the Anderson trial. Hundreds of students at Livermore High School showed up for classes after spring break today. First on the agenda, a dose of medication to prevent the spread of meningitis. The bacteria claimed, in fact, the life of a 16-year-old student at the school last week. About 8,500 San Francisco customers of PG&E lost power tonight, and it had absolutely nothing to do with our ongoing energy crisis. From our 24-hour camera atop the Transamerica building, you can see kind of a black hole there. See it? At the top of the screen, lights went out in Twin Peaks, Upper Market, and Castro areas. It also affected Sutro Tower. That silenced KRON and other stations momentarily. Equipment problems caused the outage. Nearly all customers had power restored in an hour or so. The Assembly passed a bill today that would speed up approval of new power plants in California. The energy crisis prompting all levels of government to take more action this week. Tomorrow, state power regulators will meet to evaluate ways to implement rate hikes as high as 46% for PG&E customers. A Senate committee is investigating price manipulation on the wholesale energy market. Governor Davis is negotiating with Sempra, the parent company of San Diego Gas and Electric, to buy that utility's transmission lines. San Francisco International Airport is in the middle of an experiment to reduce air pollution, the air pollution that comes from diesel engines. SFO is powering 4 of its shuttle buses with a combination of vegetable and soybean oil. The fuel, called biodiesel, can reduce smog by 50% when compared with standard petroleum diesel. But first, the airport wants to find out if the new fuel poses any mechanical problems before the program's expanded.
And if this test works out, then all 65 of our buses are going to be running within 6 months to a year on this same mixture of fuel. It's a little more expensive than diesel, but less pollution.
Wilson says you can tell when a biodiesel or veggie bus smells like French fries. Grant to replace power vehicles for baggage handling and for other chores as well. And next at 11 o'clock. Are you a hazard on a road because of your phone? State lawmakers want to know. And there's a new woman at the top of Excite. And Steve's got a forecast. Well, it's going to excite you.
The 210 horsepower, supercharged Nissan Frontier.
The physical of the future.
The idea that you can go into the body and it's non-invasive at all.
Dr. Kim examines this Bay Area first. See what it can see that a normal trip to the doctor cannot.
We save lives every day.
Tomorrow at 5 on KRON 4 News.
I've got 3 boys and I've got to save time wherever I can. When I'm getting my oil changed at Walmart, it's great because it's right there. It's connected to the Walmart store, so I go shopping. What else do I do? We drop the car off and then we scatter in all directions. Electronics, sports, toys, and usually my car's ready before I am. I totally trust these guys. I can get my car done and then I can get all my shopping done at the same time.
Walmart Tire and Lube Express. Great service, great prices, and the world's most interesting waiting room.
Walmart just makes my life easier.
Come on, boy. Let's make this quick. It's gotta be the dog chow.
Purina Dog Chow delivers 100% nutrition, including important antioxidants to help support a strong immune system. Dog Chow, the nutrition he needs to keep on amazing you year after year. Incredible dog food, incredible dogs. Purina Dog Chow brand.
Lisa?
Tom.
Nice to meet you. I got a little held up at work.
Where's that?
LA.
Introducing the 260 horsepower Acura TL Type S.
Suit up, make a splash. Now's the time to save some cash.
Now at Ross, name brand swimsuits are only $14.99 to $19.99.
Shopping at Ross.
California lawmakers say more study is needed to determine if people who talk on cell phones while driving constitute a hazard. An Assembly committee today approved a bill that would require the CHP to include in its reports whether cell phone use was a factor in any accident. A bill that would have made it a crime to talk on a phone while driving fell 1 vote short of passage. Excite at Home Corporation, a struggling high-speed internet provider, has hired an industry veteran as its new chief. Patty Hart is the company's new chairman and chief executive. She headed telecommunications companies Telecity Incorporated and Hughes Electronics. Excite at Home is dealing with a cash crisis. It announced a net loss in the first quarter of $832 million. And ExxonMobil expects its savings to reach $7 billion by next year. That is billions more than expected. ExxonMobil projected $4.6 billion in savings at the time of the acquisition in 1999 that created the company. Combined company shares have risen 11% since the transaction. Well, adopting a pet from a shelter can be an expensive proposition when the bill from the veterinarian comes in. That's why a Monte Vista High School junior from Danville was in Sacramento today testifying before assembly committees. Courtney Flynn thinks it would be a good idea that vet bills for adopted pets be tax deductible for the first year.
Well, when we adopted our dog, it cost like about $2,000 for her medical treatment. And so it would have really been nice if, someone had helped us out with that, because that's a lot of extra money for someone to spend. And so that's where the idea came from.
The bill she proposed would also allow veterinarians who provide free care to recently adopted pets to deduct that as a charitable contribution. Steve Rowley is here now with warming?
A little warm up, yeah. I think it's awfully nice. A young lady doing her best. I find it a little hard to imagine. The state legislators are going to issue a tax deduction for us. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. All right, let's go ahead and show you a little of what we've got. A little touch of fog showing up. That's all we're going to see. Then we've got a little 48-hour warm-up in the next couple of days. And then as we head toward the end of the week, a 48-hour cool-down as we go through the week. Here's the story on the satellite picture. Take a look at the clouds, and you'll see a nice little bended elbow right now. What that is the storm track, and it's all heading to the north tonight. So that means all the clouds, any rain associated with it, and the cool air all heading that way as well. You can see why. We have got a big old area high pressure. We'll see this off and on now for the next few months. It's a big blocking high, so it sends everything to the north. And we will see some warmer air tomorrow. In fact, in the inland spots, we're going to be into the 80s, and I think we're going to do it all again, excuse me, on Wednesday. Then it looks like this high will start sliding off to the east. As that begins, we start getting some onshore flow. So we start to see the fog. Yeah, so I think by Wednesday, coastal spots will start coming down a little bit, but inland communities still warm. Then everybody will start to see a cool down on Thursday and Friday as the fog really starts getting in here and the temperatures start to drop. On that subject, let me show you some temperatures around the state for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine. There will be some patchy fog at the coast. That's really about it. So we're talking about sunshine from Eureka down to San Diego, over to Palm Springs and Sacramento in between. Boy, nice day up in the Sierra. If you're heading up that way to the high country, 65, Lake Tahoe and sunny. Should be awfully nice there. Story in the Bay Area then. Let's do a little quick tour and start you off down on the South Bay. Show you temperatures on either side of 80 degrees. 81 in San Jose. Los Gatos will be one of the warmest spots in the Bay Area at 84. Tomorrow, 80 degrees in Fremont. Redwood City at 79. You'll see Palo Alto there at 78 degrees. San Francisco, I've pegged them right at 70 degrees. Upper 60s along the coast. 71 in Oakland for tomorrow. Up to the North Bay to show you the temperatures in the upper 70s. Sonoma at 79. San Rafael 76. 79 in Vallejo for tomorrow. Over to the East Bay, show you temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. Antioch at 82, Fairfield 84, Concord 81, Livermore 80 hike. Here's the extended forecast, and you'll notice I'm doing it all again on Wednesday with the temperatures. Then we start to see some significant fog coming into the forecast toward the end of the week with some cooler temperatures at that point. So, some nice weather next couple of days, Pete.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Steve. Sure. Next at 11, the commander of that sub involved in a deadly accident at sea finally breaks his silence.
The first thing I saw was high school. Those were the first words that I read, and I thought, oh my God, we've hit some kids.
More from Commander Waddle and the punishment raising some eyebrows, and the discovery of a piece of history 6,000 years old.
Drive like Tiger? No problem. Check out Buick's California Regal. This is one hot ride with leather trim seating, chromed aluminum wheels, sport-tuned suspension, awesome monsoon audio system, and more. Virtually power everything for around $24,997. That's option package savings of $2,050. Plus now you get 1.9% APR financing. 1.9. See dealer for residency and other restrictions. At your Northern California Buick dealer, it's all good.
The Home Depot is driving down the cost of home improvement. Don't put off the project. Put off the payments. Now through May 31st, put zero down, make zero payments with zero interest for 6 full months on any Home Depot consumer credit card purchases totaling $250 or more. So whether you've got big plans or little plans, make plans now to come to the Home Depot. It's only for a limited time, and it's another first in home improvement.
Toyota calls Tundra better from the ground up. But the GMC Sierra Extended Cab, as engineer Mark Cieslak will tell you, has more horsepower, more headroom in front, legroom in back, gets more gas mileage than Tundra, and tows more. Now then, what do you call better?
Get $1,500 cash back or 2.9% APR on a 2001 Sierra half-ton extended cab. See dealer for residency and other restrictions.
Summer is right around the corner, and that's when a lot of teenagers will be looking forward to making a couple of extra bucks.
Tuesday on Daybreak, some tips on where to look for that cool summer job, and maybe just a mouse click away.
Daybreak starting tomorrow at 5.
Japanese families are reacting angrily to what they feel is a slap on the wrist for the submarine commander whose boat accidentally sank a Japanese fishing vessel. Commander Scott Wattle was given a letter of reprimand but will be allowed to retire honorably in October with no reduction in rank and with full pension. 9 men and boys died in the accident, which happened when the USS Greenville was surfacing. Wattle talked about the tragedy on NBC's Dateline tonight, telling of his reaction when he looked through the periscope.
The first thing I saw was high school. Those were the first words that I read, and I thought, oh my God, we've hit some kids. Now, I didn't lose my composure like I'm losing it now. But at this moment, there's disbelief. There's incredible anxiety, almost panic.
Waddles said while he regrets his Navy career is over, he considers himself lucky because he survived the accident and once again took full responsibility for that accident. A man walking along a river in El Salvador made a discovery that has paleontologists agog, abuzz. Dozens of experts are now unearthing the remains of a mastodon, an elephant-like creature who walked the earth some 6,000 to 20,000 years ago. They've also found remains of ancient camels, a deer, a 6-foot-long caterpillar. It's believed the fossils were brought to the surface by recent earthquakes. Coming up in sports, Gary's got a giant tattoo and a former 49er about to rejoin the team, and a hockey team the Bay Area can adopt.
This month, your Toyota dealer is thinking big, as in big deals on Toyota's biggest truck, the full-size Tundra. Right now, all 2001 Tundras are available with low 3.9, 4.9, or 5.9% APR financing. Pick the deal that's right for you and find yourself behind the wheel of a rugged new Tundra, a 2001 Consumer's Digest Best Buy. But hurry, big deals on the big truck end April 30th. So see your Toyota dealer today.
She loves to take care of the yard.
The neighbors have nicknames for me because my yard looks, because I'm kind of picky. Dandelions. I put it in my spreader, walk around the yard a little bit. A couple days later, the weeds are looking sick and the lawn's looking green. They say the best weed control you can have is to have a healthy lawn, because the healthy lawn will choke out the weeds. It's great to lay on because it feels good. With Scott's Turf Builder Plus 2, it's so easy. Even he could do it.
I got the point of that.
No, but...
Hut! Now listen up, cream puffs. I am about to put you through a series of grueling tests. We do not tolerate anything less than perfection. There's a war out there, and I have to know that I can count on each and every one of you. You there, are those wheels spit-shined?
Honda certified used cars must pass a 150-point inspection and are backed by a factory warranty. But then, what else would you expect from Honda?
Is that a bug on your windshield?
Remove it!
Chrysler Seabrings continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,000 cash allowance on select Sebrings. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Good evening, everybody. With the Sharks long gone, Bay Area hockey followers can still go California. Are you ready for the Los Angeles Kings, a 7th seed, against a powerful Red Wings? Steve Yzerman limping into the arena, did not play. 2-2 in overtime tonight at the Staples Center. Adam Deadmarsh, it's over. The rebound goal. The Kings pull the major upset, 3-2. They move on to face Colorado, eliminating 2nd seed Detroit 4-2. You know, this comeback of Mario Lemieux really is amazing. And if Michael Jordan is watching close indeed, he may try it himself. Lemieux, great stick work. Penguins lead Washington 1-0. 3-3 in overtime. Are you ready for Martin Straka? Martin Straka is going to send Mario Lemieux and the Penguins into a celebration. 4-2. The Penguins, they advance in overtime tonight. Basketball pushed aside for real life today at the home of Knicks center Marcus Camby's mother. At 3:30 this morning, a man with a knife broke in and held one of Camby's sisters hostage. Camby's mother and another sister were able to escape. The man was identified as Troy Combs. He's been charged with burglary, sexual assault, and kidnapping.
I guess this is another distraction. No, this is not distraction. This is life and death. Let's not, like, trivialize this and put anything to do with the game. This has nothing to do with the game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no one was harmed. Camby's sister let go around 11 o'clock this morning. Game 2 in the Knicks-Toronto series set for Thursday night. The Alamo Dome, well, that's a beautiful shot for old San Antonio. And Tim Duncan, the best player in the world this side is Shaq. 18 points, he's just too good. Spurs win 86-69. They lead the best of 5 2-0 over Kevin Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves. How about the Hornets and the Heat? Michael Bolton, I wonder if he's stealing anything from Cuba Gooding at this point. That's the bit with Mike. He uses everybody's songs. He's the white Puff Daddy when it comes to theft. Jamal Mashburn had 22 points tonight. Alonzo Mourning, only 9. Boy, what a disappointment for Miami. 102-76. Hornets lead that best of 5 2-0. Philadelphia center Dikembe Mutombo, for the 4th time, is the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year. And with all the excitement over #1 pick Andre Carter, the eminent return to the 49ers of Dana Stubblefield after 3 seasons in Washington has been backburnered over the weekend, but Mariucci is ready.
We would like him to be here for our mini camp. That would be in a perfect world. Get him signed sometime this week and have him here for the mini camp so he and Bryant Young and Andre Carter and Engelberg and all of our guys can start playing together.
Is it dollars and cents holding it up right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe, Andre, why don't you give a little towards Stubblefield and get it done?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who says that now?
All righty, a 20-1 underdog returned home today as heavyweight champ Hasim Rahman knocked out Lennox Lewis in the 5th round. Lennox Lewis, who spent a great deal of his training period filming Ocean's 11 in Las Vegas, the new Ocean's 11, knocked out, and here comes Rahman home to Baltimore today. And are you ready? There's rumblings that Mike Tyson will be next, a big money payday. Baseball, Arizona shut out Florida 9-0. Randy Johnson, his 29th career shutout. Giants and A's were idle. Their catcher, Bobby Estalella.
You'll find our more loosely constructed suits fit as well in the casual workplace as they do the after workplace.
Tailored comfort at Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look.
Your leg. Bobby?
Well, as a kid, I used to love iguanas, and you know, I had a bunch of iguanas growing up as a kid, and shoot, I had about 3, 4, and 5 foot iguanas. I used to walk on a leash, and I used to take them to the ballpark with me, tie them to the fence when I would play, even in college before I signed. And then, I don't know, I had a love and fascination for them, so I ended up getting a tattoo.
All right, that's Giants catcher Bobby Estalella, iguana on his leg.
With the guy from Men's Warehouse, but it's a little accident.
That was what known as master control. They had a little problem. It happens to the best places in the business.
Indeed it does.
If it's an iguana, we guarantee it.
That's right. Well, the show is iguana. We'll see you.
You'll find our more loosely constructed suits fit as well in the casual workplace as they do the after workplace.
Tailored comfort at Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Travis, you be sure and wear your new black boots.
What a man won't do for a good steak.
At Black Angus, enjoy a thick sirloin steak, petite lobster, and crab-stuffed artichoke, all for $14.99.
Over the years, we've made the Chevy Suburban more powerful, more comfortable, and now more affordable. Lease a 2001 Suburban LS two-wheel drive for just $399 a month. Residency restrictions apply. See dealer for important lease details. Suburban, just $399 a month. One more reason, it's the best Suburban yet. See your Chevy dealer today.
How many businesses do you know can lose 400,000 customers a year and stay in business? You know,
Hey, listen, you don't have to get the you don't have to get the kids. You get the young adults. You get the young adults, and the kids come for free.
It's our job to get a hold of the next generation of smokers, plain and simple. We know where they are. They're on the web. They're on the internet. They're at the malls. They're watching sporting events. We're there. Legally. Proudly.
Frasier, tomorrow night at 7, only on Channel 4.
You're watching NBC, America's late night leader.
From the NBC studios in Burbank, the